Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you're listening to VCR. Hey, Roxy, how are you
Hey.
doing?
Ooh. It has been a doozy of a few days.
Yeah, tell me about it. It really has been absolutely crazy for her. I'm not going to bring up all of her stuff. I'll let her do that if she wants to, but it's been insane listening to some of those calls and interesting conversations at 1 in the morning there.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell is happening?
It's been an interesting few days.
Yes, but speaking of an interesting few days, about to lead into an interesting few more days here,
Yes,
and
it
the most
is.
craziest day of them all, because we don't really talk about how insane it is, but Turkey Day, or as we call it here in America, Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
Yes, for all of our global listeners, and for an indigenous people, Genocide Day. So,
Yeah.
we have all kinds of fun stuff going on that day.
I
So thank
typically don't celebrate, but I will eat some food.
Yes, you'll definitely eat some food. So it is going to be American Thanksgiving coming up here very soon, a time where we're all allegedly thankful for something. And there's little Peachy Boo. She's thankful for having a home and a king size
Hmm.
bed for her and all the little spoil me nots that she could want. Isn't that right,
This
Peachy
is
Boo?
she gets this whole apartment. This place is hers. She just lets
Yeah.
me pay the bills and sleep here.
Exactly, pretty much what happens there. And it's that time of year where we're supposed to be thankful. So let's talk about a few things that I kind of discovered something interesting. I was sharing it with Roxy because I had never known this. It's amazing the stuff that you figure out about your own kind of, I'm not going to say culture, but your own kind of like, what the hell was that? When did this happen? Kind of a situation. But we were kind of talking about weird Thanksgiving superstitions. And I was like, I never knew we had Thanksgiving superstitions.
I didn't know that either.
Uh, but apparently it does. It exists. It's weird. And I was like, what the hell does any of this have to do with anything? So let's jump into a few little fun Thanksgiving superstitions and weird folklores here on the VCR show. Let's talk about the number one, the age-old tradition of the wishbone ritual, which is where you go in there and you pull the wishbone out the turkey, and the thing is, you and one other person pull the wishbone apart, right? And whoever gets the bigger piece kind of wins, and it's
Right,
like
they get their wish.
yeah, they get their wish, and whoever gets a smaller piece, well, doesn't get shit. But you do that every year. Like you go in there and you crack it, and whoever gets a bigger one you get your wish. But where does that come from? Why does this even happen? Roxy, if you could take a stab, why do you think we even do that?
I
Because
have
I
no
just found out
idea.
the huh?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? I had no idea either until I was reading this fun little thing. So, in doing a little research here, something interesting. Two people pull a dried wishbone. Whoever gets the bigger piece gets the wish, which is good luck. Now, the background origins actually come from ancient Rome.
Huh.
Yeah, ancient Rome. So this is something that kind of bled over from the Roman times into England, now to the United States. But what it is it originates from ancient Rome and later carried into England to then to the Americas. It was believed birds were oracles. So
Hmm.
the bones had predicting powers. Early settlers brought the belief over. And this makes sense, a lot of sense, because if you look at the history, you have the Roman Empire, right? Rome did conquer England, and England was part of the Roman Empire at one point. So those traditions and folklores and superstitions definitely would have bled over. And then, of course, they break, into the new world here, allegedly, and they're bringing those superstitions over. But the truth is, we've kind of all but lost why that was even done. And as an American holiday, it's like, hey, you break it for good luck. That's what we think. But apparently, it came from a much deeper,
Hmm,
kind of interesting thing there, which is kind of weird. I didn't think about that. I never ever thought about it.
me
Rock,
neither.
Roxy, did you know this? The first slice of turkey equals good fortune.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
No, I just thought the first slice of turkey went to the head of the household.
You know what? Yeah, that's that's
That's the
that's
only
what
thing.
that's what the fuck I thought. Like you
I
cut the
didn't know
first
it meant
slice.
good fortune.
Yeah, like the head of the
Now I'm
household.
gonna be like, give me that piece.
Right, exactly. Like the head of the household always got the first piece or the first cut. So that's what I always thought. But apparently I was wrong. The person who carves the turkey is considered blessed or the provider for the next year. That's something I'm not familiar with. I'm not exactly sure where that or originates from.
Hmm.
It's derived, well, here we go. It's derived from English harvest folklore. So
Hmm.
it comes from the old country, as we would call it, probably. Uh, Cutting the first piece signaled leadership and responsibility. In some cultures, the first slice predicts prosperity.
Hmm.
Hmm. Whoever
Interesting.
carves it gets bragging rights, apparently. Um, so that was kind of interesting. I didn't know anything about that. Um, and still don't really care to know anything about because that doesn't happen in my, it's like you cut it and whoever's the head of the household gets the first plate, and then you have to wait until the plate gets to you. So
Yeah.
I guess I can see some little blah 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 going on there, but it's not really a big deal here in America. These aren't superstitions that really affect Americans today. We don't really practice this. This is just some origins that I thought it was kind of interesting that we don't really know anything about these things.
Right.
We don't practice it. Uh, Number three, don't run out of bread. Did you know you shouldn't run out of bread, Roxy?
No, I didn't. Why not? Because people would get angry.
I know that's why I wouldn't run
Don't run out of
out, but
Hawaiian
I'd
rolls. I
fucking
would be
get
pissed.
angry. I get angry as
I
fuck.
will be so mad.
I love me some rolls, that's for sure. Uh,
Hmm.
okay, so running out of bread or rolls during Thanksgiving is believed to bring financial misfortune.
Mm.
Oh, talk about
Don't run out of
that. The
bread.
background, bread is an ancient symbol of abundance. Colonial families believed an empty bread table or bread at the table meant scarcity in the coming years.
Uh-oh.
Hmm, interesting. And here we are trying to cut down on carbs.
You know,
You know, just saying, load
no
that up.
wonder. You put some bread on the table, shoot.
hmm
Bring that
This
sourdough.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this one is kind of, I've heard of it. I've never seen anyone practice it because I think it's a much older person's kind of tradition, like even beyond our great grandparents type of thing. But leaving a plate out for loved ones or basically those who have passed away. So the background is rooted in
Yeah.
indigenous and early European harvest rituals, which I can see that.
It's almost like Dia de los Muertos. You need,
It is similar, and then it also mentions in here it's similar to Dia de los Muertos traditions,
hmm,
symbol of gratitude and honoring the dead. So you leave out a small plate for your ancestors or relatives type of situation. Um, but that's something that I've heard of used to be practiced. I've never actually seen it practiced type of situation. Here's something interesting. Thanksgiving can be a weather predictor. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, an old farmer's superstition claims a clear Thanksgiving meant a mild winter. Cloudy and rainy Thanksgivings meant a harsh winter. Um, this was mentioned like earlier in the Farmer's Almanac, which sadly will no longer be printed.
That is crazy to
I
me.
know, like
That
over
is
200 years,
crazy.
and now it's no longer going to be printed. I was like, how sad is that? So, this was mentioned early Farmer's Almanac and Appalachian folklore. So this kind of is rooted in the Appalachians,
Appalachians.
and to be honest, might explain why it's not accurate. Yeah, but it also says not accurate, but can be traditional depending on the region you're from. Um, and if anything, Texas weather is chaotic. So
Very chaotic.
good luck predicting any of that down here.
What do we say? Like it was supposed to rain, but it rained over by you, but not over here by me.
Yeah, like yesterday, me and Roxy were talking, and like it rained really well in the morning. And I was like, oh, wow, that was really coming down. And then I was talking to Roxy later in the day. It's like, it rained. And she's like, it didn't rain over here at all. So, it's
Nope.
all kinds of fun craziness over here. Number 6 on this list, don't throw the turkey carcass away before midnight. I've never heard that. Have you?
No, why?
Um, So, throwing away the carcass too early is said to bring misfortune. The
Oh,
background on it is it's an old New England tradition. So, the New Anglican over there in New England, home of the Patriots, uh,
yeah.
s- it's symbolism. Don't waste the spirit of the harvest too quickly. Could also be
Mm,
rooted in respecting the animal, but I think it's more of a harvest type of thing, like,
well, I think
and
most people don't throw it away. Like, I don't know. Some people might cut it all off and then toss it, but some people might just wrap it, put a foil over it and throw it in the
yeah,
fridge.
put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. That's what's supposed to happen. Because that's how you get those delicious leftovers. Turkey in the house means protection from evil. I've never heard of this.
Me
I
neither.
This is weird. Some older belief systems viewed turkey feathers as protection charms.
Mm,
And it says Native American tribes saw turkeys as symbols of fertility, abundance, and grounding.
mhm,
Feathers were used in ceremonies, which is true. So I can kind of dig that. It's not something that we normally
mm.
practice or
Right.
believe in, but hey, there you go. The luck of a leftover plate, the lucky leftover plate. Uh, Giving guests leftover plates is believed to share the host's blessings.
Okay.
I mean, some,
I need a flip. I
you
just need it
know,
for later play. That's it.
exactly like later munchies and like also,
Right. Yeah. After we go on the cousin walk, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna need my for later plate.
yeah, and then you're gonna also need like to not store that much food in one refrigerator. So yeah,
Right.
you're just gonna
Let me
go
help you.
exactly. So you pawn it on everyone else. Sharing food is lucky. In the colonial folklore, sending people home empty-handed was a bad omen. I did not know that.
Did not know that either.
Talking point as mentioned here. Mexican households always give leftovers. Well, that's just fucking true. Yeah,
That is true.
you're
That
not
is
gonna
true.
starve in a Mexican household.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Like, take this. Take this. No, please take it.
No, please, you have to. Like
Take it.
you the damn food. Okay, so number 9, as we start to run out a little bit of time here. Um, Eating the first bite in a slice is believed to bring good fortune.
Hmm.
In a slice? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm misreading this. The quiet first bite. Sorry, that's what it is. The quiet first bite. Eating the first bite in silence is believed to bring good fortune. This comes from an old European harvest ritual. The silence was meant to invite the spirits of abundance.
Hmm.
Didn't hear any of that. I don't.
I didn't know any of that.
I
My
have
first
no
bite
idea.
is never silent. It's usually like,
Yep,
mmm.
same here. Um,
Especially if there's fried turkey.
this is a weird one. Okay, the turkey's heart predicts luck. I've never,
Heart?
yeah, the heart, the boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah, because they gotta go in there and clean it all, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. It is part of the giblets and all that stuff.
No, I can't
Okay.
even think about
In some
it.
traditions, the condition of the turkey heart while preparing the bird predicts luck, health, and prosperity. Comes from an ancient kitchen
Okay.
practice used with fortune tellers. Okay. Fortune telling with animal parts. Yeah, okay. I kind of, yeah, okay. I see that. Um, hmm.
Hmm.
Thanksgiving as a protection holiday in immigrant households. This is weird. Okay. Many immigrant families in America, include Latino families, adopt Thanksgiving as a day to pray for protection, bless their home, shield family from the coming years. That doesn't sound anything like
I've never heard of
what I've
that.
never heard of this either.
Never
Uh,
heard of it.
it's a background, so it's claiming background combination of Catholic plus Indigenous plus American traditions, often include candle prayer. Well, I mean, I think this is kind of like loosely based on some bullshit. So, I'm not gonna stay on that one because that does I sounds like I need to do a little research on that one because that doesn't sound completely right. But maybe next show I might have an answer for you on that one. This one, the turkey ghost. This is a fun one, a playful myth. In some regions, say a turkey spirit watches to make sure families don't waste the food, families stay grateful, families treat each other kindly. Never heard of any of this BS. But hey, who am I, right? This is, yeah, not something I'm familiar with at all in any way whatsoever. I will talk about a couple of other little things just for gigglies here. Um, so some fun little things. So Roxy and I were talking earlier, and here's something fun about the turkey. Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers here of the US, actually wanted their turkey as the national bird of the United States. He said a turkey in its yard would attack a British would attack the British in a hilarious mental image. Turkeys were courageous, honest, native to North American, a source of food and family tradition. So this is his logic as to why. Now, why the bald eagle won? The bald eagle had strong symbolistic appeal, majestic appearance, long wingspan, seen as powerful plus free, already associated with classical empires, which I see that a lot of different empires used the eagle as a symbol or eagle-like birds as a symbol.
Hmm.
So I can kind of see that.
We could
So
have gone falcon.
we could have done a lot of weird animals like that. Here's now let's go into what does turkey symbolize? I know we have the pilgrim myth, like
Smallpox.
the
Small.
the Native Americans brought the huh? I didn't hear what you said.
Smallpox.
Yes, smallpox. Actually, so remember it was the Native Americans who brought the turkeys to the settlers. Um, but here we go. So what does the turkey symbolize? The turkey has been a symbol of different cultures long before Thanksgiving existed, and each layer adds meaning you can use throughout, whatever. One, for many indigenous tribes, the turkey represents abundance and generosity, nourishment and substance. earthliness and grounding, fertility and family, community and responsibility. Turkeys were central to life in a lot of different regional areas. Colonies, early American symbols, kind of meant harvest, bounty, prosperity, homegrown American identity type of situation. Um, it was one of the few animals that was native to North America, large enough to feed an entire community, easy to hunt, and raise, and it became the American staple for this time of year type of situation. The meanings were kind of varied, but it kind of seems to be going on a same similar track. Family gatherings, tradition, thankfulness, unity, holiday ritual type of situation. So that's basically a little symbolism of the bird there. Not so bad. You learned some interesting stuff there, Roxy.
Yeah.
I did too.
Hmm.
I didn't know. I was like, oh wow,
What either.
that's kind of weird. Like, and some of those things I'm gonna research a little bit more. So maybe
Right.
next show I might
We'll
have
have to
some
do a little
more.
digging.
Yeah, next show I might have a little more concrete stuff for you. So, but until next time, maybe one you'll share some of your ideas of the turkey or what you're doing for Turkey Day. And you can do so to the VCR Show at gmail.com and follow our social medias and our YouTube channel at the VCR Show. And if you want to maybe invite Roxy over for Thanksgiving dinner, you could do so. She loves ham
I
and
do.
stuffings, and she's more of a side person. So you can hit her up at her social medias, which are
On Facebook at Roxy Perez Curvy Model, on Instagram at PopRocks428, and on TikTok at the Pop Rocks. And Pop Rocks is spelled POPROXX. And don't forget to bring up politics at Thanksgiving to save on Christmas gifts.
Oh my. And as always, I'm Vara,
And I'm Roxy.
and you've been listening to VCR.
Bye.
Bye. Gobble gobble.
No.
Gobble to you.
Yes.
Bye-bye. You have been listening to VCR, creative content by Richard Christopher Vara and Roxy Perez. Logo by Richard Christopher Vara with assistance from Annie Ramirez. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach us at thevcrshow@gmail.com or our social medias at Instagram and Twitter at the VCR Show. And you can also check out our content at thevcrshow.com. The show's song is Addict by Nefex, instrumental, and you can find them on YouTube Music Library.